Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Tigers TV. This week we have for you Tigers versus Tornadoes in the England Premier League. Without further ado, please enjoy the gameplay. Tornadoes going on to the attack early there. Sandy getting the hook shot. Sandy Falsick attempts to get the hook shot against Leah Matthews, but that's a great defensive pressure early on coming out from Tigers. Now on the offense, Josh Dawes looking for the play around. Rory Haven putting in the feed. Josh for the step back. Zach Catterall not unfortunately able to get to him, but Dan Brown is going to be able to scoop up that loose ball there. All the way deep in the corner, but Liv Hardcore for the intercept early on. Josh steps inside. He's going to put one on the board for Tigers. Tigers leading 1-0 in the opening minutes there. Shane Buckland putting in the feed early. Running the block. Sandy put under the post. There's a quick 1-2. That's a great play. And Shane with the jump back under the post puts the block in with the body to prevent the defended. Gonna tie it up very quickly. Two very similar shots rather, coming out early on. Oscar Edwards unfortunately just dropping that one. Going to get picked up by Owen Bailey there. And Tornadoes working for the easy pass out. Most of these players, previous or current England junior players or senior players. So we definitely have some pedigree players on the board right now. There's the step back. Jenny Adamson with the great pressure there onto Ashley Warner. There's the step back coming in from Dan Brown. Unfortunately, Eleanor Parker was just a bit slow to that collect, and Josh Dawes is going to be able to pick it off. Oscar down the sidelines. Chris West back to Francis Willerton. Chris West from deep has the chance, puts the shot up. Not going to have anything called. Nope, the ref is not happy with something. It's just going to be an orange restart there. I think there may have been some holding, potentially. Leah Matthews for the step back. That's a great block. Put on early by Sandy there. Oh, the runner attempt here. Tornadoes definitely liking this fast style of play. Sticking in the feed fast to try and get the early speed play. Penalty awarded. Hand out during the run. And Chris West is going to step up to take this one for Tigers. That's essentially a free goal there. Tigers 2-1 in the lead. Tornadoes, again, such a quick style of play. The 180s on the feed. The runners in fast. Do definitely seem to be their modus operandi right now. Eleanor Parker looking for the ball over. Dan Brown in the corner. Eleanor puts the shot up. It's just gone wide. Zach Catterall unfortunately not getting to it in time. Tigers going to repossess. Leah Matthews fakes the shot. Oscar Edwards doesn't really get the feed he's looking for. Again, just trying to move this ball around. Tigers are a bit static in their approach so far. The boys, Shane and Owen, doing some great work to try and block off any defensive setups. Shot clock still ticking down. 8 seconds left. 7 now. Tornadoes really trying to play to beat the buzzer. Oh, but it's a buzzer beater. Beautiful shot there put in by Tigers as the clock dwindled down. That's going to be a nice little pickup to put them 3-1 up early on. Shane not going to go for the shot. Instead, going to chuck it over to Owen. Sandy seems to be the predominant auxiliary player so far, helping out with these feeds. Shane going to try and drop the shoulder in on the way in. There's the return from Owen. Just going to bounce over on the top. Has the ball under the post. Alex Richardson now stepping into the feed. Shane puts the shot up. Unfortunately, not going to score it. Oscar Edwards early with the pressure onto Owen. Shane for the runner. The 180 over the top no-looker pass. Potentially not the highest percentage opportunity creation there. Zach Catterall is going to be fast on that one. Ref is just going to... what an orange restart there. Timeout called. I believe that's a Tornadoes timeout. Pretty early on, just to reassess the situation. 2-goal deficit, that's not insurmountable, definitely for the calibre of players we're seeing today. So this should by no means really slow Tornadoes down too much. Josh Dawes going to scoop up that rebound, reset on the shot clock. Rory, again, putting these shots up from long. Good attempts. Unfortunately, they're just not finding the bottom of the bucket there. Owen Bailey from distance sinks it. That's going to be 3-2 Tornadoes. Put another one on the board. Rory to Jenny. Out the front to Josh, looking for something. Almost faked the pass there to Liv, but Rory going to pick it up off the back for a lovely little drop-off. That's going to send it to 4-2. As Tornadoes do seem to be starting a bit slow. They've had some great attempts that just don't seem to be quite working. Girls just having a bit of a collision there. Eleanor and Ashley, unfortunately, not really going to be able to find anything off that. I think they just got a little bit frazzled by that collision. Understandably so. Francis Fullerton coming out the front. A lot of frontal pressure from both teams here. These the standard kind of 5-6 meter shots are not going to be allowed with any real ease. The turnaround on the feed from Leah Matthews was lovely. That's going to be a Tornadoes restart there. As Shane and Owen working really well together to try and block out that switch there on the 180 from Leah Matthews off to Oscar, who picked it up. Shot goes up from Dan Brown, just bouncing off the top. Zach Catterall with a great leap to secure that one. And a return. Really, really nice stuff from him there. Tigers still lead 4-3. Though Tornadoes are looking to close that gap. Leah Matthews out the front. Tigers do seem to be stuck in this 2-2. Potentially a bit of an issue if they're unable to kind of fix their more rigid mentality. Free pass going to be awarded. Ref just explaining the how and why of it. Leah going to be looking to pass under the post. Oh, that's the attempt there. That was really a heads-up play there from Owen Bailey to understand where the pass was going to go next, try and intercept it, get the disruption he needed, and Shane had his back on the switch. Really heads-up play there from the boys on Tornadoes. That's a long shot from range. All the way in there from Ashley Warmer. And a bucket for the rebound. Zach tries to give the shot. Eleanor just going to stumble. Maybe an early injury there. I think we have seen a substitution just take place. So we'll get to the bottom of that in just a moment. Oh, just a bit of a delay. I think the shot's just gone over and Chris has been able to scoop up the rebound. Leah Matthews running the block. Attempts there, Chris, for a great leap for the fadeaway, but it's just going to roll out. Good attack there from Tigers, just not finding anything concrete there. So yeah, it does look like Elise Sparks now playing down this end. Had to replace Eleanor due to injury. That's another shot from Tornadoes, going to be banged in the net. 4-4. They have made the return. Rory trying to look for the ball over the top. Not going to find it. There's the shot from Josh. It bounces long. Jenny Adams has the chance. Rory with a great pickup. Beats out Dan Brown on that one. Jenny Adamson for the shot. Just goes over. Liv Harcourt able to secure it. Oh, there's a collision. Tigers, unfortunately, just losing control of that right at the end there. Otherwise, a very nice attack. It just had a reset called. Tornadoes sticking the feed in early. Alex working around the back. There's the shot up from Shane, and it's good. It's going to be 5-4 in favour of Tornadoes right now. Tigers seemingly almost losing that early momentum they had there. Need to try and find something a bit more fresh. Rory going to take the bump on it. Was defended though. Good pressure from Dan Brown. Knew to stay rock solid in his approach. And Shane Buckland with the really quick ball there from Zach. Able to sink that one, puts Tornadoes up 6-4. Tigers perhaps need to try something a little bit different. The Tornadoes do seem to have patched up the holes in their defense. Perhaps due to that early timeout. Shot up on the back from Zach Catterall. Another one made by him. Very lovely stuff so far. Penalty awarded. I think there was contact on the feed which would have led to an open shot. So ref is going to blow a penalty on that one. Chris West, that's 2 for 2 on his pens. 7-5. Another switch over. Tornadoes now. Alex and Sandy working really well together. Unfortunately, it's just bounced off a shin. And Francis able to get the pick up. Rory using those long legs of his to try and get the pivot to get the freedom. There he is. Pops out around the front for the feed. Josh Dawes puts one up from downtown, it seemed. Dan Brown is unfortunately not quite able to save that. Almost a very close attempt there by him. Liv able to secure that one. A little bit of uncertainty, but she did able to pick it up. Was able, rather, to pick it up. Rory's going to let one loose. Another one. Sets it high. It's just going to bounce out the front, though. That's some good heads-up positioning from Ashley Warmer there. In order to flip the possession back into the favour of Tornadoes. Chris West just going to out-jump Shane Buckland there. Just going to check he's all okay. Looks like it. Great defensive read coming out of Tigers there to quickly flip the possession. Josh Dawes going to go for the drop-off out the front. Zach not even going to jump. Just going to try and psych him out. Seemed to work. And the return is just coming in. Shane going to receive out front. Owen sticking the feed in. Sticking the post in, rather. Alex working off the back, maybe for the feed, maybe for the pickup. It's going to get given to Owen. The block. Again, Tornadoes do seem to like this block run. The instant feed plus post combo. Owen for the most bizarre inside-out round the post shot I've ever seen. Unfortunately, doesn't quite make it. Has another shot. Really isn't able to make any of them happen. Well, that was quite a bizarre play. You could see where it was going. It just didn't quite pan out the way they expected, I think. But great effort from Tornadoes there to make the best of a slightly dodgy situation. Jenny Adamson with the feed, trying to get it to Rory, but Dan Brown playing superbly to block out Rory having there. Quick little switch in play. Shane Buckland for the quick 1-2. Owen trying to body his way through, but with a fantastic flick there from Shane Buckland off to Owen again. The boys working so well in tandem. Definitely operating on the same wavelength with those passes there. Really gorgeous korfball. Unfortunately, they really just haven't been able to find anything off those little 1-2s that would put them in a great position. But they do look absolutely fantastic doing that. Kenny Adamson around the back. Shot clock dwindling. Josh looking for anything he can get. The switch is there. Rory puts it up just as the buzzer goes. 6-7. That's 2 buzzer beaters we've had from Tigers so far. 6-7 right now. Tornadoes taking the lead. Sandy has the shot. Unfortunately, isn't quite able to score it. Good runner. Owen for the 1-2 with Shane. Defended. Oscar Edwards just got there in time. Tigers just going to work it easily out there. Josh Dawes goes for the quick runner, but Zach Catterall with a great recovery, able to stop him up. Josh for the shot. Unfortunately, is just going to airball it. Liv had the pickup, was a little bit hasty in the shot almost. Almost to the 2 shots there. Felt quite forced. Tigers going to hand over possession. Bailey in the feed. 2 girls trying to run some kind of crossover screen. Both moving at exactly the same time. Shane off to Owen. Somehow manages to find it off the feed. That's going to be 8-6 in favour of Tornadoes. Leah Matthews from distance. The reply is there from Francis Woollerton, but good pickup from Owen Bailey out the front. Well positioned. Zach Catterall's managed to break away from Josh, but Josh is going to be able to find the rebound there. Dan Brown not too happy about that, but as we all know, we play to the ref's whistle. Leah Matthews just going to be cutting out her player there. So no goal awarded. Not that one was scored. That Catterall for a half runner, half pass in the air. One comes from Elise Sparks there, just not able to work it through. Josh Dawes with a cheeky handoff on the line to Leah Matthews out front. Leah again faking the shot. She does like to take these ones from range. So far today we are yet to see, I think, some success off those ones. I think Tigers are much preferring to work closer in. There's another banger scored from Ashley Warmer. 9-6 now for Tornadoes. Another one bounces off from Leah. Francis with the feed. Oscar and Leah trying to get this. Owen doing his best to cut Oscar out of the game. Francis Woollerton with an open goal. I think Shane has just taken a knock in the chest there, but he's got back up for a couple of quick resets. I think we're back with Tornadoes in the offense now. Zach Catterall again. Tornadoes really do seem to be liking their distance shots here. They like their odds against this. Tigers pressuring much closer in, not so much on the balls further out. Attempt is there. Zach goes up. Bounces off. Dan Brown with the rebound. Just knocks down Jenny Adamson. Gets back up though. Quick high five. Say everything's okay. Zach for the drop off out the front off the reset. Dan Brown just going to switch it up. Stop playing some volleyball on that one. Send that one all the way up to the rafters. That's going to make it 10-6 to Tornadoes. Rory off to Jenny. Josh looking for something that is a bit covered up, really, by Dan and Zach. Zach definitely trying to drop off just a little bit. Try and help out his teammate on those ball lines. Sandy and Alex working it out. Sandy fires one in. 11-6 now. Tornadoes really cranking up the pressure. 5-goal lead down from up from rather a 2-goal deficit. They have definitely changed the pace of the game up in a major way. Rory lets one fly. Dan Brown had the situational awareness to pick that one up. It was almost a fumbled ball from both teams there. Zach's going to ping that one in to Shane Buckland, looking for the assist with Owen. Chris West with a fantastic touch. Zach Catterall jumping over the line. Francis Woollerton with a fantastic intercept. Look at that. A whole play of 3 consecutive intercepts. Liv Harcourt just able to control it in the very corner of the court. Josh just struggling to find his mark today. Shot gets put up by Alex Richardson there. Not going to find anything. Has another go. Sandy for the drop-off. Sends it up. Sinks it. 12-6. Tornadoes now doubling Tigers' score. Oscar Edwards to take. Chris out the front. Leah Matthews to Chris again. Tigers have realised they need to try and find some of these long shots here. They're definitely sending them up. Whether they're going to find success with them. Oh, Shane Buckland with a beautiful round the back pass off the pickup on the line to not only save the play, but not give away the foul on the half switch. Zach Catterall looking for the feed. Ball over the top there from Elise Sparks. Dan Brown looking, try and find the girls for the assist. Elise sends it up all the way over the top. Josh and Zach just fighting for that one on the tip-off. Zach just getting the better of him. And that's a great play there from Ashley Warmer again. She is having an absolute stormer of a game so far. Oscar Edwards tried to get the feed, but was just a little unsure, and Owen was able to pick that one off. Dan Brown sinks another one. 13-6 in favour of Tornadoes. Another timeout quickly. I believe that's a Tigers timeout. Like we've already said, Tornadoes now more than doubling Tigers' score. Tigers had a bit of a problem recently with trying to find the goals. Josh has another great attempt. It's just bouncing out. Zach asking for the help up there to try and give it the easiest possible run on the outside. And it's going to get worked out. Sandy to Owen. To Shane. Has the one-handed finish, but it is defended. Good recovery there from the Tigers boys to block that one off. Rory and Josh just playing the 1-2s. They're just struggling to find themselves in an advantageous position. Josh going to take one slightly off balance. It's just going to bounce out. Rory for the drop-off. It's a second one in a row. Just not quite there. Ooh, bit of a body check there from Dan Brown. Wasn't quite able to stop himself fully there with the momentum he had going. Tigers restart. Contact on the arm. I believe the ref's calling. Ashley Warmer just checking what's going on. Josh trying to find something at the front. Football. Believe on Ashley again. Shot clock hovering around 20-second mark. Jenny with the feed. Has the 180, unfortunately. Isn't able to score. Josh just about able to pick up the pass. Unfortunately, Tigers just seem to be communicating less and less. Their ideas are sound. The way they're being put forward does seem to be a little hectic. Francis Willerton with a great rebound there to swing possession. Josh going to put one up immediately. Is this going to be another one-shot attack? It looks like it is. Tigers having far too many of these for their liking. That's a bit of a drop ball by Alex Richardson. But that's a great intercept from Owen Bailey. Shane didn't want to take his chances against Chris behind him. And Alex wasn't, unfortunately, able to make the shot off the runner. But Tornadoes watching these ball lines so closely. It is going to be difficult for Tigers to get away with some of the more relaxed styles of play we sometimes see. Sandy fires another one in. 14-6 now. Tigers do seem to be struggling against what is essentially a much more experienced team. Comprised of pretty much all international players, if not national players. Both Ashley and Owen from Tornadoes were at the World Games last year. Penalty awarded straight on that, and Jenny Adamson managed to get the flick there, but unfortunately that's not going to count. Josh just lumbering up to take this one. He's going to put one in. Tigers finally are able to find a goal after a real drought there. Ashley and Jenny having a bit of a tussle. Coming out of it okay, though. Zach going to sink another one. And Tornadoes well and truly running away with the lead here. Leah trying to get something working off the back. A lot of teams do struggle to use the back half of the court in such a way. Defended, unfortunately for Francis. Well played there by Alex Richardson. Diane Brown trying to get the return. Free pass awarded. Zach's going to be the one taking it. But again, a lot of teams do seem to struggle with the back area on some of the bigger courts. Josh had the jump, just didn't quite have the control of the ball. Zach's gone flying on past, so Tigers definitely have the easy options to work this one out. Rory just going to fire that one at Chris. Leah fakes once. Chris feeding from a very bizarre reversed angle. Leah lets another one loose, but Shane well positioned to get that one there. Owen just trying to call the play from front, but Liv Harcourt absolutely switched on to that. Chris West from behind. Tigers do seem to be really facing an obstacle here in terms of their shots. They just seem to be bouncing every which way, but never quite rolling on in. Sandy off to Ashley. Zach off the back. Just about is able to control it. Ball all the way over. Elise almost taking out some of the bench there. Unable to manage that one. Tigers attacking again. Francis Willerton for the runner. A slight reverse angle there over the head. It's a good attempt. Just not going to find anything concrete. Dan Brown had a bit of a tough leap to get that one. Managed to control it admirably. Shot comes up from Zach. And Jenny is able to get the rebound from that one. Crystalia Leah for a play from absolute range. Tornadoes, though, do seem to be reading these post bounces and shutting down the Tigers' offense pretty quickly. Zach and Dan working fast between them to try and create something. Zach sends another one up, but Rory is there well in advance. Oscar. Chris not even having to jump there. Neither Shane nor Chris going for the jump. Just trying to hold their positions. Oscar for the reverse fade. Leah for the one-hander, and Leah is going to sink it there. I believe we have an 8-14 scoreline. Although my calculations may be ever so slightly off. We do have the lovely Jerem Dawes on shot clock this week, which is why we haven't got our normal scoreboard cam. But Shane is going to fire another one in. Oh no, that's my mistake. It is now 8-17. So I've just missed a couple there. And that's okay. Tornadoes still storming off with the lead. Shane trying to get the fast play on Chris. Trying to tire him out early on. Owen was perhaps a little bit aggressive with that jump. Just putting a little bit too much body in. Liv looking for the across the front play. Zach not going to try and mutt the ball lines on that one. Instead choosing to drop off. Rory working to get free. This is like every single member of the Tigers offense is trying to do every single thing. Josh fires one off and sinks it. 9-17. Tigers have managed to draw the goal line, so they're not quite twice as far behind as Tornadoes are in front. Elise off to Zach for the feed off to Dan. Dan, unfortunately, not able to score it. Tigers with a bit of a close call on the way out. Do manage to save that one. Leah sending it all the way over the top of the post. Shane ready and waiting to catch that one. Penalty awarded there. It's going to be Dan to try and pick up an extra goal for Tornadoes. And that's going to drop 9-18. Tornadoes almost disappearing into the sunset with this goal difference right now. Leah, with the beautiful positioning on the feed, is able to get the turn. Isn't able to score. Francis puts the feed in quick. Oscar fires one off. But Shane is going to absolutely launch that at Zach. And Zach, with the one-handed finish. We've had a couple successful ones. I think that's one of the first or second that we've seen miss. Much better shooting percentage off the one-handers than we normally see. Francis Willerton had the runner. Ref was about to call football, I think, but saw the Tornadoes' possession. That's going to be half-time with a half-time score of 18-9 in favour of Tornadoes. Dan looking for something. Unfortunately, just going to ring all the way out. Ashley was looking for the feed. Wasn't quite given to her. Just contact on the line. That's going to be given over to Tigers. Shane may have been a little bit heavy-handed there. Leah's going to launch one. Motioning for Francis to try and peel out. Tigers definitely do seem to be working on the girls for the offense. They've realised that that's going to be their best shot. And Leah, speaking of fantastic shots, manages to sink another one. 10-18. Still in favour of Tornadoes, obviously. Alex Richardson off the back. Gets the drop off. Just going to bounce low. Shane gets it. Goes for the shot. Halfway through, switches it. The 1-2s are so gorgeous. Owen doesn't have the finish he wants. Here comes Sandy for the runner, but it is defended. Fantastic recovery from Leah Matthews. Tornado's not going to pressure that that halfway line too much. I saw what happened on the last play. If you get a little bit keen on the line. Zach's going to pick that one up relatively easily. I'm putting the feed in. Gives the opportunity to Alex Richardson. Chris had the attempt. Or had the rebound, I think. Just took a bit of a knock on the way out. Rory to Liv. Tornadoes definitely trying to pressure as hard as they can here. Really shut down the Tigers' offense. And give themselves the best possible chances. Dan Brown dropping hard off Rory to try and find those stray, slightly askew passes. Shane going to take that one easy. But Francis Willerton able to get in front. And scoop that one up. Tigers once again in the offense. Let's see if they can manage to hold on to it for more than one shot. There's the shot from Rory. Is Liv going to be able to get it? She does. There's the follow-up, and Liv sinks it. 11-18. Tigers are starting to mount a comeback, he says, as another beautiful shot comes soaring on in from Shane Buckland. 19-11. Easy rebound there for Owen, and that's going to get sent all the way to the back on the other side of the court. I feel like that may have just been tossed a little bit too hard. That it went all the way off the back line there. Potentially Tornadoes weren't expecting such a direct clearance. That's a great switch, but the read is there from Owen. Owen heads up Bailey. Playing super well here. Great game IQ. Zach fires the shot up. Going to get the reset on the shot clock. Dan Brand feeding. Ashley on the front. Dan from all the way out. Josh with a great leap to secure that one. Francis to Leah. Leah not going to take the shot. Going to fake it. Most of the plays Leah makes does come from, or do come rather, from these shot fakes into either the shot or the runner. There she goes again. Penalty awarded. Tornadoes obviously not too happy about that. Chris gonna score another one. I believe he is 3 for 3 on penalties so far. Doing well. Jenny pushing hard on Andy Warner. Oh, Ashley Warner, sorry. Travelling called. Footwork just a little too fancy there from Tornadoes. Maybe need to slow the pace of the game down ever so slightly. They are going at quite the hectic rate. Potentially a burnout factor. Chris sadly unable to make that off the pickup. Zach's looking for the over ball all the way. Elise puts it up. Just going to drop down into the waiting hands of Josh Dawes. Onto Rory all the way out. Oscar for the runner, but the one-handed finish is once again showing itself to be the bane of the England Korfball Premier League. Zach with a great pick-up. Fakes the shot, gets Josh to jump, but it just clips the foot, I think, of Ashley on the way out as Jen took a tumble. Near to Oscar. Oscar and Chris do seem to be rotating who's doing the feeding and the collecting, rather. Oscar, I think, has realised he hasn't got quite such a strong post against home, but Leah Matthews with an absolute cannon on her. Fires another one in from downtown. 13 to 19 now. With Tornadoes leading. The runner attempt is there. Alex Richardson puts it up. It is just going to trickle off the edge, though. Really nice attempt. Just didn't quite come to fruition. Rory for the drop-off off the flaunt. Oh, Liv and Dan Brown clearly exchanging a couple of words here. Bench just telling him to call it. Shane off to Owen. Has the shot. Owen, great attempt. Sandy going to win the dispute there. Chris off to Liv. We'll see how the dynamics in this half have changed after that little row between Dan and Liv. Tigers ball still. Josh and Jenny working together. Rory for the feed to Josh. Puts it up. That's going to be called there. I think that was a... oh, it's going to be a tip ball. Interesting. Jenny going to win it. Rory for the drop-off. Just going to bounce out the front. And this time Ashley's going to get a handle on that one. Zach going to launch it at Shane. Shane and Owen with a beautiful series of hook passes. Shane, unfortunately, is just going to miss the shot, which would have made a beautiful addition, I'm sure, to his highlight reel, should it exist. Sandy looking to find Alex. Feed is there. Leah dropping off a little bit too hard there, just trying to pick off the ball. Sandy not able to capitalise. Chris doing his best to get back round, but Shane, fantastic body positioning, just isn't able to find the finish. There's a whole knock-on effect there. We're just not quite sure what's going on here. I think there was Josh knocked into Zach, who knocked into Liv, who then dropped the ball into Zach's arms. That was a bit of an interesting moment. Both teams perhaps feeling the psychological pressures of the game. Owen going to fake the pass away, take the look inside. Doesn't find it. That post is taking a bit of a battering here from Chris and Shane. Travelling called. No foul on the shot. Liv to Josh. To Rory. There early. Dan Brown. Perhaps tiring slightly. He seems to be playing a little bit further off Rory than before. Zach watching those ball lines. Going to be a orange restart. Jenny's going to be taking that one. Rory at the front. Again, Dan Brown does seem to be feeling the impact here. I think most of the players are. We're hitting that that stagnation phase in the second half. That was a blatant. I don't want to accuse Liv of being blatantly over physical there, but I think that's just about what it was. Shane fires one off. Owen and Shane just playing such a beautiful twos game, but Oscar and Chris with some phenomenal defense. And Oscar out to Chris again. Tigers just do seem to be almost wearing down the Tornadoes' offense here. But likewise, the same thing is happening. We're just seeing an overall lack of goals. As, like I mentioned, we've hit these kind of almost stagnant phase of the second half where players are starting to get tired. Tornadoes thought they saw a foot. Ref not going to call it. Oh, there's a... That is a proper body check there. Liv really not happy about that. I think Zach may have just backed into her there. Definitely some tensions there. Finally. Shot is going to drop for Tigers. Substitution made on Tornadoes' side. I believe we are seeing Ollie Woodham replacing Dan Brown there. Essentially, Coach Dave Buckland, former England coach, has ruled that tensions on the court might be running a little bit too high to risk having a player sent off. Oh, what's going on here? Zach and Liv clearly not too happy with each other. Ref's going to go over to intervene. Chris going to try and come in as an intermediary here. Told to head back home. This game is just a joy to watch, I think. Perhaps some of the sportsmanship elements of korfball being ever so slightly forgotten, which is of course terrible and not to be encouraged. But definitely some interesting scenes we have here this week. Just going to be a reset called. Tornadoes still in the lead. I believe we're still at 13-19. That could change very soon. Ollie Woodham goes for the rebound. Not really able to do anything with it. Just gets beaten out. Chris West going to take his time on that one with a great step back. Doesn't find anything. Owen's going to get the tip off to Shane there. Liv just struggling to find her player. It doesn't manage to catch up with Elise there. Ashley out the front. Ollie is got that one fair and square, I think. Not quite sure what the cries are about. Out of hands called. Back to Elise. Ollie for the drop-off is going to be fast. A very rapid player. Airball's the one-hander. Penalty awarded. Contact on the shot. Zach Catterall to take. It's just going to miss it. That was a very rushed penalty by the looks of things. Ollie Woodham with a great leap. Sends it up. Over to Ashley. And Ashley Able to put one on the board. I think that is 20 to 13. Potentially 20 to 15. My apologies. Just struggling to see the score table ever so slightly. With some of the questionable scenes we've had so far, ever so slightly distracting. But not to worry. The post going to get in the way of that particular play. Zach with a great recovery on the ball though. Ashley stops dead. Ollie Woodham with a great rebound. Ashley again. Defended. Liv there in time. Able to shut that down. Oscar Edwards looking for the ball to the inside. But Shane Buckland switched on. Is absolutely aware of that. Rory was a little bit sideways on the jump. Just clattering into Zach. Penalty awarded. This is the missed opportunity. Zach not going to be stepping up to take it. Instead going to be Ashley. And Ashley is going to sink that. 15 to 21. Only a 6-goal deficit. Not as high as it has been. Not impossible for Tigers to come back here. Pushing through there. Tigers, I think, are going to make a not a substitution. Just have a quick timeout. Just to confirm. Score is 15 to 21. Just managed to correct that up. So we are all up to date on that. And it's going for the feed. Alex off to Shane. Shane with the one hand. Goal allowed. 22 to 15 there. Shane Buckland did find a nice one-handed finisher. Tigers perhaps felt that it wasn't a valid goal, but ref has let it stand. Zach does seem to be finding himself in all of the right places right now for these shot blocks. These arms are doing work. Zach is just a force to be reckoned with here. Shot goes up from Owen Bailey. It's going to be a quick turnaround, 15 to 23. Chris off to Leah. Francis to Oscar. Oscar to Francis again. Playing this one too. Almost slightly tunnel visioned here. Chris offered the runner. The switch is great though from the Tornadoes boys. And the pickup from Sandy Falchik is just phenomenal. Great jump by Lee Sparks. Ollie Woodham going for the burst of speed. Baits the switch out and then hands off to Zach effortlessly. Tigers struggling almost to keep track of their players. Tornadoes playing with such speed. The one-handed tap back from Zach to Ollie. 12 on the clock. Fakes it one way. Goes for the one-hander. And he is really not happy with himself there, Zach. Just wasn't able to quite finish it the way he wanted it to. Oscar puts the shot up. Not going to find anything. Leah desperately looking for this feed. Tigers again. I mentioned this really early on in the broadcast, but Tigers so stuck in this 2-2. They are really struggling when Tornado starts to pick them apart. Just a call for a substitution. Tornadoes ball. Nope. My apologies. It's going to be a Tigers ball. Daisy Llewellyn there coming on for Francis Willerton. For Tigers. Shane and Owen still doing their best to cut out these Tigers posts. Free pass awarded. Looks like another form of contact there again. Leah's going to try and put it Into the middle. Daisy is the free player. Unfortunately, not quite able to make it. Good attempts from Tigers off the free pass. Found the free player. Just weren't quite able to capitalise. Zach for the step back. Lets it fly. Ollie. Very agile player. We've already seen some fantastic displays of fitness from him so far. Rory's going to be well up to grab that one there. Chris off to Oscar. And Tigers able to sink one. 23-16. Ollie Woodham coming all the way over the top. And that is going to be firmly in Rory's hands before it was knocked out. Tigers looking for any real opportunities they can find here. They are struggling ever so slightly. Oscar Edwards free to take the shot. That's a great pass though. Zach just not quite sure what he was planning to do with that one. Ollie doing his best to get free. It's working. The 1-2 off the switch. It was so nice. It just all fell apart ever so slightly. Tornadoes still in possession. Zach able to get the rebound. Tigers reset. This has definitely been a game of two halves. Early on, we saw so much momentum from both sides. It is definitely much more static now. I think players are starting to feel the effects of the fatigue and obviously some of the mental pressures in the game. So that's just going to let that one fly. Ollie, quick as ever to get the pickup. Shots up from Ashley. Josh fighting for the rebound. Able to secure. Chris just a bit sloppy with the passes there. Gets picked off by Shane. Zach having these repeated opportunities. I think Tornadoes are just struggling to use their girls a bit here. They're relying heavily on Zach and Ollie to do most of the grunt work for them. We have seen the girls, definitely Elise, be a bit quieter in this second half. Tigers ball. Free pass awarded. Who's going to be taking it? Looks like it is going to be Leah. All just left to wander off the end of the court. Tigers just checking their spacing. They're going to go to the side. Daisy again, the free player, just fumbles the pass. But Tornado's so switched on to the return route. Oscar with a great rebound for the intercept. Finds Daisy. Oscar for the step back. Has just been having a tough time today. Finding the closure on those shots. Oh, Oscar. Just going to charge into Sandy there. Nothing overly malicious, we would hope. Ollie. Going to send one off. Leah faking in. Not going to take the shot off that one. Playing for the feed. Chris goes up. Just hits the front of the bucket. And Alex almost botched the pass there off to Owen, I believe, out front. Ashley to Elise. Elise bouncing off the rim. Ollie looking for the pass back in. Over the top. Shots up from Zach. Liv able to hold the post. And find the way out. Still 23-16. Chris West holding the post. Travelling called on Daisy, unfortunately. For Tigers. The step back from Ashley. Not quite making it. Zach looking for something over the top. Finds it. In Elise. Elise buries it. 24-16. Substitution being made. Jacob Dawes and Dan Brown coming on from for Owen Bailey and Shane Buckland. Great play by both Owen and Shane this game. Jacob, first appearance on the pitch today. Obviously Dan Brown just switching ends from earlier. Perhaps a tactical move to keep him away from Liv there. Stop any potential drama between those two. Dan Brown had a jump, just didn't really take it. Thought there was a contact, but there wasn't. Tigers reset. Jacob going to try and get active. Have a bit of as much of an impact as he can. Josh absolutely nails that one from far out. 17-24. Jacob playing fast off the back. Sandy fires one away. Alex sends one over. Just a bit of a clash there with the Tornadoes rebounders. Bit of confusion. Tigers going to regain possession. Daisy getting marked out hard by Alex Richardson. Tornadoes going to try and hamper this ball on its way out as best they can. And Tigers are just able to find it on the other end of the field. The passes are just a little bit sloppy. Josh Dawes with a fantastic save there. Jenny Adams trying to find Rory. Finds him, puts the shot up. Oh, and it's good! Jenny Adams able to capitalise off that play. Off a fantastic save from Josh Dawes there. Tigers really trying to work together their best. Josh Dawes with the intercept, just dropping off. Oscar looking for the ball over. Daisy. Off the back. Good hold. Leah Matthews looking for the feed. Leah, we've already seen this game, has been very switched on to the possibility of the 180s on the feed. Going to try and block out Sandy on the way out, but that's going to get found out. Tornadoes back in control. Missed runner there from Elise Sparks. Zach Catterall fires another one, but it's not quite there. Defended cool. And Tigers are going to maintain control in the final minutes of the game. Oscar just gets sat down at the end there. Ollie Woodham trying to make an appearance on the scoreboard. Zach trying to find the opportunity. There we go. The speed off of Tornadoes is absolutely phenomenal. We've seen such an active team, and Ollie Woodham with the one-hander clocks it up to 25-18 in favour of Tornadoes. Daisy to Leah. We'll try and hold Dan Brown, boxing out Chris, allowing him to have that rebound. Just no feeds. Daisy's going to put the shot up, just going to bounce off the front. Tigers ball. Quick reset in the feed position. Daisy. Ah, that's unlucky. Just going to take a tumble right as she was past the ball. Luckily, they had someone on the line to get it straight back. Oscar sends that one. Didn't quite manage to find anything off it. It's a great attempt by him. Zach to Ashley. And Liv with a lovely rebound there. Both teams just trying to find anything they can get, really. Tornadoes do seem to be the clear leaders of this game. There's a good finish coming out of Elise Sparks, clocking it 26-18. 8-goal lead. Tornadoes have pretty much secured this one. Ollie just about had the better angle on that. That was very impressive with the tap down as well. Shot goes up from Alex Richardson. Sandy sends one away. Jacob. Oscar doing his best to try and fight for it without murdering any spectators. Unfortunately, isn't going to be able to get there in time. Jacob is going to make an appearance on the scoreboard as the score sits at 27-18. Tornadoes just playing so dominantly. These absolutely rapid plays, I think, is very much a style Tigers are not so used to dealing with. Jacob absolutely flying to get that one. Oscar takes a body charge there. Dan Brown not keen on that. What's the ref going to give? I'm just going to say simple restart. Chris going to do his best to try and clear off any compromising substances left behind after those two falls. Jacob makes the move to pick it up. And that's going to be full time. Final score, 27-18. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tigers versus Tornadoes, played in January of 2018 in the England Premier League. Commentary brought to you by Alex Carmichael. Camera work done by Julie Dawes. Scoreboard done by Jerem Dawes. And Shot Clock also done by Jerem Dawes. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Tigers TV. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel to catch all of the latest from our Tigers TV series and many more korfball games up and down the country. But that is going to do us for us. 27-18 for Tornadoes, taking the victory there. We will see you next time.